Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I have a full one brand tutorial. I think this might be my first one brand tutorial, and I'm actually going to be using all Maybelline products. I do want to give a quick shout out to Maybelline and say thank you so much for partnering up with me for today's video. You guys know that Maybelline has been one of my favorite drugstore brands for forever. They make the most amazing face products, lip products. I've been obsessed with their liquid lipsticks for forever, and I'm also a huge fan of their Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. Like, I've been using that mascara religiously. I literally purchased like 5 backups and I keep it in my drawer. I've been using it for years. So I decided, why not just do a full one brand, full face tutorial using only Maybelline products. I'm super excited to be featuring the Maybelline and Puma collection because honestly this collection is bomb. I love that Maybelline actually collaborated with a sports brand. I feel like that's really fun and different. I'm really happy with how this makeup look turned out. I decided to go for something matte because I wanted to present you guys with a look that's really long lasting. So Maybelline did collaborate with Puma, and their kind of idea behind it is they wanted to make sure that this makeup was going to be long lasting. You guys know that Puma is a sports brand, so they wanted to make sure that these makeup products were going to even last through a workout if you guys even wanted. Now, I don't want to hear no judgments, okay? Because I know a lot of people like to say, who wears makeup to the gym? Listen, okay? Let me give you a scenario. A lot of you guys work a full day, like 9 to 5, and you want to hit the gym after work. You don't have time to take off your makeup and go through all that. So for those of you who do work out after the gym and you need your makeup look to last through a full 8-hour day, plus through a workout, I'm going to show you this really long lasting makeup look that's going to last throughout that. So this collection is actually already available at the drugstore. I'm going to leave the link down below for you guys to access it. And yeah, you can check out your local drugstores. You guys are going to see it there. So I want to take you throughout the entire collection, starting with, I think, my favorite item. This is the Maybelline and Puma Chrome Highlighter. I absolutely love the Maybelline Chrome Highlighters. They're so good. So this one, you guys might think it's a similar shade to Molten Gold, but trust me, it's not. This is actually a little bit lighter and a little bit less peachy than Molten Gold. It's so incredibly beautiful. What I love about this formula is it's so creamy that it looks wet on the skin at application. You don't have to build it up much because it's so pigmented. So the next item, a part of the collection, they actually came out with this duo stick that I really love. So the great thing about this is it actually is a blush and a clear highlight in one. You guys know I'm obsessed with the clear highlight. I love a clear stick highlight because it just looks natural. And this blush shade, it looks a little intimidating at first. Like, it looks like, oh my god, that's a bright red blush, but trust me, it's not. I'm actually wearing it right now and I love the way it looks. It just looks like natural flushed cheeks. So now onto the liquid lipsticks. I love the formula of these. I'm a huge fan of the Maybelline Superstay liquid lipstick because the formula is so good. It really lasts really long and it's super pigmented. And I'm obsessed with the applicator. The applicator is pointed, so it makes for really great precise application if you want to use these liquid lipsticks as a lip liner as well. Maybelline, hands down, makes some of the best drugstore mascaras. So they actually came out with one with Puma that is a smudge resistant one. So last part of the collection is they actually came out with some duo matte metallic eyeshadow sticks. So you get a metallic shade and then a matte shade. This is actually the one that I wore today. I'm telling you, the formula is so creamy and it really does look wet and glazed on the eyes. So now that we went over the collection a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys watch the tutorial. So if you want to see how I got this full face using only Maybelline products, then keep on watching. Okay, so to get started with the makeup look, I'm going to use the Maybelline Baby Skin Primer. I have loved this primer for years. This is an oldie but a goodie. It really makes your skin super soft and fills in the pores nicely. What I like about it is it's a little bit thicker than your standard silicone primer, so it really does last. So the next thing I'm going to do is use this Maybelline and Puma Glossy Face Duo Stick. So I love this because it's actually a blush and a clear kind of highlight in one. So what I'm going to do is take that on the finger, put a good amount of it, and just pop that right on the points of my cheek. And what I love about that is it looks like your natural glow. Doesn't have any color to it. This one is also super hydrating, so for those of you who have dry skin, it's not going to cling to any dry patches or anything like that. It's really nice and hydrating. So for foundation, I'm obsessed with the Maybelline Superstay, so that's the one that I'm going to be using today. This one is in the shade 310. This foundation is so good, you guys, and I love that it comes with the pump. I also think the packaging is so pretty with the clear glass and the white. So what I'm going to be doing today is just applying it straight to the Beauty Blender. It is a little bit of a thicker foundation, but I love that because it really provides good coverage. and it also lasts really well. I also do want to mention this shade is normally my shade when I'm like my standard tan, but I have a little bit of a lighter tan on this week, so it's going to be a little darker, but I'm just going to blend it down because your girl wants to be tan. What's great about this foundation is it is nice and matte, but it's not too matte where I feel like I'm like so dry like the desert or something. It's really, really pretty on the skin and it does last super long. I can always count on this foundation. As you can see, this foundation gives you such good coverage. I love it so much, and I love how like flawless and smooth my face looks. So for concealer, I'm gonna use one of my favorites by Maybelline. This is the Instant Age Rewind. I've been using this concealer for years. So I know the shade is pretty light and bright on me, but I personally love a really nice highlighted under eye because it really shapes the face and sculpts the face nicely. Look at my dress, matches my beauty blender. I'm like a walking, talking beauty blender today. And look at how well that blends, especially over that foundation. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take some of that loose powder and apply it underneath the eye. This is absolutely perfect for baking, and honestly, it's crazy because I never used to bake, you guys, but lately, like over the past few months, I've really been enjoying baking because it's the only thing that makes my makeup last really, really long now. And you know I don't like to bake for long, so I'm just gonna dust that off. So for contouring, I'm gonna use the Superstay Foundation Stick. The stick is also so good, you guys. I find that the stick is more of like an everyday alternative, even though it is buildable to full coverage. This is great for every day because it's just easily applied and it doesn't have more of a medium coverage. Again, it's buildable, but definitely more of a medium. But I love it for contour. This one is 360. Super natural. So for highlight, you guys know I'm obsessed with the Maybelline Chrome highlights, and they actually came out with one in the Puma collection that I was showing you guys earlier. It's actually really similar. I had to make sure to get a brand new one to show you guys the pattern because it's so good, but I have been really loving this specific shade lately. Again, made sure to get a new one because I wanted to show you guys how perfect the pattern is. I just love that pattern. It's beautiful. Anyways, this shade, it's a little bit lighter and less peachy than Molten Gold. I'm really honestly just so impressed with the formula of these just because they look so wet on the skin. Like, look at that. Literally looks already wet when you apply it. Okay, so moving on to the brows, I am going to use the Maybelline brow pencil. This is absolutely one of my favorite drugstore brow pencils. I actually keep it in my everyday makeup drawer. So I'm actually going to go ahead and do my brows off camera just because I always need to really concentrate and it just takes so long. So I will see you guys when the brows are done. So now that the brows are done and my eyes are set, I'm going to jump into the eyes. I think I'm going to use the Maybelline Lemonade palette. This shade is so beautiful. It's the most prettiest, like, kind of coppery shade. So with this one, I'm gonna put it directly on my eyeshadow brush. You can also put it on your finger as well. I find the warmth of your fingertips really does help to melt the product on too. Like, that's how bright the sun is today. And this is kind of what we're working with. Honestly, I think this looks amazing. The only thing is I am a little bit obviously more dewy than I was before. When I started off, I was definitely more matte and I do have a lot more shine just right around the nose area, but that is to be expected. I have oily skin and it's been almost like around 6 hours, so what else do you expect, you know? So that's definitely expected, but other than that, I feel like this makeup has worn so good. You can see this, and even, you know what, my blush is still there. My highlight is popping as always, not shocked. Bronzer still looks good. teensy bit faded on the forehead a little bit, but that always happens to me. My bronzer and foundation always fades in this area, but you know what? It actually hasn't faded too bad. Like, this still looks really, really good. The mascara, as you can tell, has you guys in my next video. Bye guys. Mwah.